Hello everybody, welcome back to the SBGamefun channel. Got another episode of Starfield for you. Be a little bit shorter. I've been pretty busy this week, so I had to shave the time off a little bit to make room. Alright, let's see where we're at. And that's not what I wanted. I got to return to Estelle. Alright. That's here. So let's just head on into the Astral Lounge here and let's head up. Alright, here we go. Uh-oh, we got we got problems. Oh jeez. I didn't mean to throw the trash can at you, Bayu. Oh man, I think we're in trouble. We are in trouble. Alright. May have to toss Estelle under the bus, man. Alright, here we go.
Ah, there you are. What kept you? I believe we have a lot to discuss. It's obvious you're here to meet someone. Fortunately for them, they rented this VIP room under a false name. I assume that same someone provided you with that clever little virus you installed into Genodyne's systems.
If you know why I'm here, then you know what's at stake. I have no clue what you're talking about. Then you figure it out. Okay, let's just say this one. If you know why I'm here, then you know what's at stake.
All too well. You know, I should give credit where it's due. That virus is quite impressive. It will cost me tens of thousands of credits to remove. That's the last time I'll ever take the Crimson Fleet's capabilities for granted.
Well, if you know I'm from the Crimson Fleet, then you know we mean business. Cutting a deal with the fleet will be cheaper than paying to remove it. What options do I have? Let's do this one.
And I'm a businessman, which means I know when to walk away from a deal. You want to know why? It's because I don't negotiate with pirates. They don't understand commitments or contracts, how to get the deal done with finesse. No. For your kind, it's only brute force and violence. Shoot first, take whatever you want, and ask questions later. That's not how I do business.
Your methods are no different than ours. Your arrogance is astounding. Your methods are no different than ours.
It may seem that way, but for every rival I've had thrown into the ocean, I've made 2 times as many legitimate deals. Look, I'm not here to debate. I'm here to make an offer. All you have to do is tell me who's profiting from the virus you've uploaded. In return, I'll let you leave the city alive.
We can throw her under the bus. I don't want to pay him off. I'm trying to save all hoard all my credits. Why don't we lie and say it was Brayson? Because he's not going to kill his brother, right? It was Brayson.
Brayson? Interesting. And here I thought my dear brother was simply a coward. Perhaps I've misjudged Brayson. No matter. I'll deal with him soon enough. So, I assume this concludes our little arrangement, and you'll be leaving our fair city. Oh, when you get back to the key, be certain to give Neva and Delgado my warmest regards.
That was kind of peaceful, but I threw Brayson under I threw him under the bus, so he's gonna have to deal with the
Go and get yourself a treat.
aftermath. That was not good. But I'm acting under... I'm acting... Oh, I gotta go to Madame Sauvage.
I'll drive you straight to luck.
Get out of my face. You want to gawk at something? Take it to
Okay.
the Astral Lounge.
That was the Astral Lounge. I need to go to this... to... Madame Sauvage's. Why didn't she tell me to go to... to... What the heck? Why didn't she just tell me to go to Sauvage's instead of go to the Astral Lounge?
That side's a bad place for
Man, way
tourists.
too many transition screens. Holy cow.
Right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Nia.
That's like the 4th or 5th one.
The strikers are upstairs, so
We better be on our best behavior.
Oops.
Glad you're back. Sorry about the whole Benjamin Bayu thing at the Astral Lounge, but I didn't have much of a choice. Can you believe the nerve of that smug son of a bitch? The man is priceless.
Well, he doesn't scare me. He's pretty terrifying. I handled the situation. What happened? What happened at the Astral Lounge? Yeah, what happened?
Well, I was hoping we'd celebrate your return with some drinks and a pile of Aurora. I was about to start partying early when Boone Morgan tipped me off that Bayu was on his way down with some neon security goons. I'm pretty sure I missed him by less than a minute. Left a ton of good stuff behind, damn it.
Well, I handled it.
So I've heard. Throwing Brayson under the bus like that.
Ah!
Ouch.
It was for the Crimson Fleet, so it benefits us all. I got what I needed, but I'm sorry you didn't. She got her software in there, didn't she? We put it on there for her.
Yeah, I'm pretty much dead in the water at this point. Since Bayu flagged the virus, I can't risk accessing the system now. All that work I did trying to crack Generdyne is gone. Now I'm in a bit of a bind. The prep work for this job put me in deep for a bunch of cash, and I have no way to pay it all back.
You knew the risk. When I get back to the key, maybe I'll put in a word with Delgado. You knew the risk. Who do you owe money? No, what did she do for us? Well, she gave us the info. All right, let's be a good guy for the a good Crimson Fleet pirate. When I get back to the key, I'll put in a good word with Delgado.
That's pretty cool of you to offer, but I know what he's gonna say.
Sorry, Estelle. This was your scheme. You're on your own.
Believe me, he's not gonna be much help. Look, I was hoping you'd pick up on what I was trying to ask. What the hell with it? I'll just ask. Can you cut me in for a little bit of cash you're making on this job? I mean, I did get you inside and practically hand you the data on the grid.
I suppose I could do that. I hope she doesn't ask me for a ton of money.
I appreciate that. I really do. Having each other's back is what makes the fleet stronger, you know? How much are you willing to part with?
$2,000 credits. That's all I'm willing to afford. Well, do I? I can afford all of this, but yeah, let's just let's go middle ground. Middle ground.
This is perfect. It will definitely help. Thank you. All right, I guess we're done here. Tell Delgado if he ever needs me for anything else. I've still got his back. And hey, you won't be hearing Rook from me anymore. As far as I'm concerned, you're one of us now. lifeblood of the fleet. If anyone tries to tell you otherwise, you send them to talk to me.
Okay, that's not involved Kryx's legacy. So what's next for you, Estelle?
I hear things are heating up back at the Key, so I might fire up my bird and head over to check things out. Rumor has it that Delgado has some solid info on the Kryx's legacy story he's been hawking for the last few years. If there's even a chance that it's true, I want to be there when Shinya Voss starts splitting the loot, if you catch my meaning.
Did Benjamin Bayu completely ruin your plans to use the virus?
Completely ruined? Nah. I was hoping it would stay on Generdyne's mainframe for the long term, but hey, at least it's already fed me a huge amount of data. Nix really knows what he's doing, though he charged me about 6 months worth of earnings. With any luck, I'll be able to recoup my costs in no time.
Alright.
Yeah.
Might as well ask her the last thing.
Now, how did I know you were gonna ask me that? Honestly, doesn't matter if I believe that Kryx's legacy exists or not. What's important is that I believe in Delgado. If the man thinks that chasing shadows is gonna make us rich, then who the hell am I to judge, right? I mean, I'm not gonna jump off a cliff for him or anything, but hey, he needs an extra ship at his side. He's got it.
Alright.
Put in a good word to Delgado for me, will ya?
I better not steal that. Alright, let's get out of here.
Hey there.
Hey there. Heidi ho there, neighbor.
It's not that I don't like helping them. It's the
Madame
Sauvages. Okay.
Oh yeah?
Let me see if I can fast travel from this location. Where do I need to go? Okay, back to the key. Yes, I can fast travel. Back onto the ship. Yeah, make me play through all this.
We have a clean dock, right on the money.
Man, why is she waiting right here for me?
All hell's breaking loose, Rook. Delgado needs you in the repair bay with Jazz as soon as possible.
Someone overcook a potato? When is everyone going to call me a rook? I did a job. Did you want to hear what happened in Neon? Why is all heck breaking loose? Hope it isn't bad.
Oh, it's bad. Real bad. Delgado will fill you in with the details. Now get your ass to the repair bay. Go!
Wow, they paid me $1,500. Speak with Delgado. No. Man, a lot of Eye of the Storm. Okay. Okay, let's go inside the talk to Jazz and
you are sure we will have those defense batteries up and running?
No. I'm not sure. They're in bad shape, Del. Really bad shape. I'm already using duct tape and spit to keep the station from falling apart, and you want me to pull a rabbit out of my hat?
I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear that it's going to be fixed. Period. Get it done.
All right, I'm on it.
You want to quit standing there and hand over the conduction grid data?
holy cow, dude, I want to pop you in the head. What's this about defensive batteries?
Nothing you need to worry about.
Stay in your own space lane and let Jazz do her damn job. Now, do you have what we sent you to Neon for, or not?
It's right here. Gosh, all these people have bad attitudes right now.
Ah, perfect. I'll take that.
Dependable as always. Unlike some people we know.
Oh, that's real funny.
All right, listen up because I don't want to repeat this twice. We've gotten word that UC Sistef is massing somewhere nearby for an attack on the key. While we prepare for their arrival, I want you to head straight for Bannock 4 and bring Kryx's legacy home.
I'll prep my ship immediately. Tell me exactly what you need me to do. I thought I needed to get something. Do you know? Somebody let on. Okay, I'll prep my ship. What exactly do you need me to do?
Lay it out, Jazz.
All right, first things first. I'm gonna upload this data you snagged from Generdyne into the Key's databanks. All you need to do is build and then install a conduction grid module onto your ship. Oh, and if you haven't already, you'll need the comm spike module installed as well.
Once your ship is ready, jump out to Bannock 4, board the legacy, and bring us the cash.
There's got to be a catch. What if nothing's there when I get to Bannock 4? Well, let's not do that. He's going to give us a mouthful of junk. There's got to be a catch.
Of course there's a catch. What, you thought this would be easy?
After you board the Legacy, be on the lookout for 2 transfer modules. They're special keys that allow access to the ship's vault. Once you locate the vault's control center, hook up the data core I'm gonna give you, and download everything they've got.
And before you get any bright ideas, like running off with the money, that currency is going to be heavily encrypted. Only a genius like Shinya will be able to crack that encryption, so bring it back here right away.
Of course I'll bring it back here. I'm not a traitor.
Are you kidding? Everyone around here is a traitor. Look, I'm gonna make this real simple for you. If that money ends up anywhere but the key, I will hunt you down and pry it out of your dead hands myself. Now get moving.
What's your biggest worry regarding the upcoming attack?
The toughest nut to crack is if UC Sistef brings in the Vigilance. That Commander Ikande has himself a hell of a ship there. Advanced shield tech, bristling with weapons. I would love to see that thing burn. If we hope to stand a chance against it, we need those defensive batteries and Kryx's legacy.
Who are these captains you keep mentioning?
You've met some of them already. Mathis Castillo, Yevgeny Rokov, Juan Bayu, Estelle Vincent, and Adler Kemp. They might feel like independents to you, but each one of them has a stake in the Crimson Fleet, and each one of them wants a cut of the wealth. I am sending word out to every able-bodied captain that they are needed. We'll see how many answer the call.
I think it's just money.
Come back with Kryx's legacy, or don't come back at all.
Jeez, dude. Alright, so I need... What's my time? Okay, let's talk to her.
I need to get those defensive batteries online, so make this fast.
How will the ComSpike module help me find the legacy?
The ComSpike traces and decrypts coded signals. As long as you have the transponder ID, you can track pretty much anything. That file you lifted from the Galbank archives contained the Legacy's transponder code, which I'll program into your nav system. All you have to do is get within the vicinity of Bannock 4, and the ComSpike will automatically point you to the target. Cute toy, huh?
How will the connection grid module help me get to the legacy?
Well, you already know that the conduction grid does a pretty nifty trick. It absorbs extreme voltage and converts it to usable power on neon. The version for your ship can still absorb incoming electrical energy, Like, say, the EM field surrounding Bannock 4. But it can't store the power. Instead, it just scatters the EM harmlessly away from the hull, insulating you from frying every circuit aboard. As a nice side effect, I'm betting the module will make your ship somewhat EM weapon resistant and boost its shield regen. Lucky you.
Okay, let's not bother with that. Let's say, mind helping me with my ship?
Not a problem. Conduction grid data is all set up in the system, so should be an easy install.
Okay, let's view and modify my ships.
Sounds like fun. Let's see what I've got.
Okay, let's do the ship builder. Okay, where do we attach it? Is that a good spot right there? We'll attach it right there. Equipment. Okay, so we have the comm spike. Will that work? And the conduction grid, we'll put it right there. What the heck? Why did it allow me to hook it up there? Okay, let me put it right here. G. Equipment. There we go. Conduction grid. Oh, maybe we'll put it someplace down here. Okay, let's put it right here. G? Nope. Unless I need to okay, let's delete that one. G? Oh no, it won't let me do it. Oh no, I that was accident. Accident. Ugh, Lord. So I have to put it here. Conduction grid. All right. Well, accept. I have the storm. Proceed to the UC Vigilance. So my next. God, that took forever. All right. Can we fast travel? Fast travel. Oh, wow. Look how close they are. No wonder they were. All right, let's jump.
And you didn't even scratch the paint.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna mention that I couldn't get it to install. I didn't know where the thing was, so I didn't know why it wouldn't allow me to do it. So I had to cut out all the literally 15 minutes worth of me gerrymandering until I found the spot where I needed to go to in order for it to allow me to install the comm spike. So there's about 15 minutes of wasted time, me trying to figure stuff out, so you won't see that though. All right, let's get up.
Mess hall duty next week.
Man, so many
SysDef Marines are the best of the best.
transition
All support
screens.
ships have arrived, Commander.
Good. After we're done here, arrange a briefing. I want all of their CEOs over here as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
Ikande? Oh man.
There you are. Where have you been?
I've been busy doing my job. I thought I'd take a detour on the way back. You know, the sightseeing bit. I've been busy doing my job.
You mean your latest excursion to Neon? I've received the reports about your little foray into Genodyne. Last piece of the puzzle before you go after Kryx's legacy. Which means it's time to put all the cards on the table and prepare to attack the key.
I'm glad that you see finally back in your play. They're in quite a panic over there.
Good. The more confusion and panic we cause, the more damage we can potentially inflict. Before you jump to Bannock 4, I need to make one thing abundantly clear. The credits from that Galbank transport cannot reach the fleet. You have to bring them here at all costs. If Delgado gains access to those resources, we might be touching off a battle we can't possibly win.
We've been monitoring the Crimson Fleet's comm chatter in the Kryx system. They're gathering allies by making promises based on your success.
As much as I hate to admit it, UC SysDef won't stand a chance. The fleet will become stronger and more unified than ever.
It's actually give me an option, I suppose. I suppose running off the money and keeping it for myself is out of the question. I'll bring it back to the vigilance. Hold your horses.
I've always known that when it came down to it, you'd do the right thing. All right, I guess this is it. Do whatever prep you need to do aboard the Vigilance, and then head out to Bannock 4. When you return here with Kryx's legacy, we'll begin the attack. Good luck.
What will happen to Kryx's legacy after I bring it to SysDef?
During the end of the Narion War, the money was destined to bolster the Freestar Collective's coffers. Even though we were rivals at the time, and I suppose we still are to some extent, the credits still rightfully belong to their people. After the money is turned over to Mast, I'm certain arrangements will be made to return the money to the proper authorities in Aquila City.
How did you convince the UC to authorize an attack?
The evidence you've been bringing to Lieutenant Toft has been instrumental in convincing the brass at Mast to greenlight the attack. They've sent us support ships, extra troops, weapons, all on account of your role in the operation. To put it simply, if it wasn't for you, this operation would be at a standstill.
Can you tell me more about my expected behavior as an agent? No, I don't need to do that. All right.
It's time to dig deep and get the job done.
Okay, so where do they want me to go now? So I guess I can't fly from in here. I'm gonna have to fly there. Holy cow. I can't even fly there. I have to fly. Okay, where does it... Okay, it wants me to fly to... Copernicus Minor. Alright, let's do I want... No, I'm out of time. Gosh darn it. Alright folks, I hate to end it there, but when we fly out there, I'm already
Spending all this time with those pirates couldn't.
I'm already 45 minutes into the episode because I spent like at least 15 minutes trying to figure out how to install that stupid thing on the ship. And I never got it. So I lost 15 minutes and I gotta get back onto my work. So we're gonna leave it right here, folks. Appreciate you joining me on this episode of Starfield. Yeah, it's a very short and boring, a lot of talking, yapping. But we'll get it figured out on the next episode when we get to Kryx's legacy. If you like my kind of goofy and spastic content, make sure you click on subscribe, click on that bell to get notified when I upload new stuff. Hope to see you back here when we kick in for the action on the next episode. Until then, have a good one.